Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of Regalytics. I hope you had a nice, relaxing Labor Day weekend because this is probably the last week of relaxed alerts with the regulators clocking a record low of 5,939 alerts. The regulator of the week is the Alabama Medical Cannabis Commission, who certified 10 new rules in the state having to do with medical marijuana. The topic of the week loosely is consumer protection because a number of regulators busted companies for doing things that are unsafe or harmful of us. The FTC went after Credit Karma for advertising that we were pre-approved for credit cards when in fact that's the same as claiming something's free when you have to pay for it. The company's own training materials advised its customer service representatives that they could expect to hear from people asking, "I was declined for a pre-approved credit card offer. How is that possible?" The company was fined $3 million. Along the same lines, the FTC sent $1.9 million in payments back to consumers nationwide who bought Hubble brand contact lenses from VisionPath. This is because the company was automatically substituting their own lenses instead of the ones the doctors prescribed without notice. The average refund to amount to over 30,000 people is going to be $63. After reviewing the deal for consumer protection, the UK Competition and Markets Authority has cleared the acquisition of Avast by Norton LifeLock. This newly merged cyber company will still have McAfee to compete with, so the prices should still stay within the voting power of the consumers. The Fed put out pieces analyzing two emerging trends. DeFi and non-banks both are worth a skim if you're in the field. Similarly, MAS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore, is pushing to be a major fintech hub. But last week, the managing director, Ravi Mendov, gave a speech that tried to clarify the vision, which is pro-blockchain tech, like digital ledger technology and digital assets, but generally opposed to cryptocurrency speculation. Another interesting tidbit this week, there's a company called 24X National Exchange who's trying to file with the SEC to become an exchange that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and offers the ability to buy and sell 1/1000th of a fraction of a U.S. security. Some folks have argued that the startup doesn't have the necessary controls in place, and that it is, after all, a totally novel concept for an exchange and thus untested. But the SEC announced that it's going to be moving forward with the decision, so it's your last chance to comment, and we'll see what they say. In other news this week, the Department of Labor, and specifically OSHA, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, found Wells Fargo violated the whistleblower protection provisions of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act for improperly terminating a Chicago area senior manager in the commercial banking segment after the employer reported misconduct by the institution. Wells Fargo has been ordered to pay the employee $22 million. Louisiana continues to be bothered by ESG requirements in the federal securities laws, and the Attorney General there has issued legal guidance that after an investigation, investment firms like BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street may be in trouble. Apparently, by using ESG factors without full disclosure, they may have violated the Louisiana fiduciary duty of loyalty owed to their investor clients. This guidance comes a few weeks after Louisiana, as well as 17 other state attorney generals, launched an investigation into ESG ratings company Morningstar. In more state activism, Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan sent a letter to the leaders of Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft calling on them to take additional steps to protect people's data, especially health data, as extremists are trying to weaponize it to go after women seeking reproductive health care and also persecute nurses and doctors for doing their jobs. And then in the opposite of state activism, the Financial Commission of Texas is on a tear to remove needless regulation on their books and amended a bunch of rules to make them obsolete. Swinging back to the land of the regulated, the Office of Foreign Assets Control amended and reissued the formal cyber-related sanctions regulations, and they're effective as of yesterday, so get on it, people. OFAC is no joke. In sad news, the FTC issued a report showing sales of flavored disposable e-cigarettes and menthol e-cigarette cartridges have surged dramatically in 2020 despite the federal ban on flavored cartridges. In sort of good news, SAMHSA, which is the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, is looking to the public to hear how it can best address the behavioral health impacts of climate change and health equity considerations. So if you have thoughts on so-called climate depression and how it leads to substance abuse and how to prevent it, you have until Halloween to write to them. And in also sort of good news, I like to end on good news, the Cancer Moonshot program is offering grant applications to proposals for independent research projects to help end cancer. They are especially looking for investigators from diverse backgrounds and underrepresented groups. That's it this week for Regalytics. You are crazy if you don't have it at this point. Come get a demo, and I'll see you next Wednesday.